Contracts mode is something that we've built to support the fans and something they've always really done in the Hitman franchise, which is do alternate hits. Go out and take out targets in the game world who are not the actual subjects of missions. And they've been doing this with our games all the way back through the franchise, and we thought that the time had come for us to actually take that really awesome idea and make it part of the core game. And we call that contracts. Now, all contracts are created by playing the game. You play the game, you mark your targets, and how skillfully you do that defines the contract that you get on the far side. It's not an editor, it's not God mode. You play the game to create a contract. So what we've got available here at Gamescom is 2 competitions. Now, competitions are essentially what it says on the box. They are ongoing mini tournaments, either between friends or between larger groups. Friends can create these, so any Hitman Absolution player can create a competition and share it with his friends. We'll use the same interface to create weekly tournaments that will be reflected on our central leaderboards. So what we've got here is 2 contracts, an easy one and a hard one. The easy one is really simple. We've got 2 targets and no bonus conditions. What that means is the only thing we have to do is get those 2 guys any means necessary. The hard contract is an example of how play to create works. We've got 3 targets here, but when I created this contract, and I did this contract before coming to Gamescom, when I created this specific contract, I did it only killing the targets. I didn't miss any shots that I fired. I hit all the bodies and I killed the targets in order. And because I managed to do that when I was creating the competition, that became the rules for the competition that we're seeing here. So it's play to create. You can never make a contract that is harder than you're able to complete yourself. So we'll start off with the easy contract and just play through that really quickly. What we're seeing here is the briefing page, which tells us about our targets, what equipment we'll be starting with. We've got a briefing, and players, when they create their own contracts, can enter their own titles and their own descriptions. Then we have leaderboards. This shows the status of what's going on here in Gamescom, and that really sort of puts the whole thing into context, into the competitive context. Once you begin to start a competition, you get the ability to change the weapon and the disguise that you'll begin the contract with. We have 4 weapons available here, but there are a larger number in the full game. One thing I'd just like to call out is the Keizo sniper rifle here. Anybody who's picked up the Sniper Challenge pre-order incentive will actually have this unlocked in the game when they get it. And disguises, again, we've only got 5 disguises here in the full game. There's substantially more. And disguises and weapons, just going back into the weapons here, weapons have upgrades, and you buy these upgrades using the money you earn playing contracts. So, I'll just start this contract with the default equipment, and here we go. Now, just while that's loading, contracts takes place on any of the levels available in the story mode of Hitman Absolution. And it's basically a way to massively extend the replay value by allowing people to go back and really change the rules. People who weren't targets can suddenly become targets. Levels that weren't actually hits at all, but had some other function in the story, can suddenly become hits simply because players work out smart ways to do it. So here we are in the game. And the first thing that we can point out here is that contracts have their own briefing page, which tells me who I need to take out. We've got pictures of them and how I need to take them out. And once I actually get into the game world itself, I see that things look quite different. For anybody who's seen the Chinatown Square level, either in the E3 demonstration or in some of the other videos that are available for Hitman Absolution, will know that the King of Chinatown himself, here in the middle of the pagoda, is the target. But in contracts mode, he's not. He's just another guy. Whereas our targets are over here and up here. So a level that plays one way in the story mode will play very, very differently in contracts mode. So let's see if we can take these guys out. We'll start off just by waiting for this guy to go around the corner. Now you see, I actually put myself at a bit of a disadvantage there because the weapon that I'm using is not silenced. So when I did that elimination move, they heard me. But I managed to swap a disguise just quickly enough so that I can walk right past him without being spotted. But I'm just going to take him out anyway because no point in running any risks here. Now, I'm just going to keep moving through the crowd here because even though everyone is out hunting for me, I'm not entirely certain if they know where I am right now. So I'm just going to try and keep ahead of them and get to my target before they spot me. And there we've got our other target. We'll come up behind him. And since this is starting to go a little bit more roughly, shall we say, I'm not going to try and take him out quietly. I'm going to wait for the bystanders to be out of the way, and we'll take him out. Now, that's that. Now, the final part of a contract is to get to the contract exit and escape. Now, contracts can have multiple exits. This is all defined by the player who creates it. And in this particular case, the exit is here. And I'm out. I pulled the contract off. Check how my score is calculated. And I get paid. And that's how a contract works. Hitman Absolution will be out on November the 20th. It'll be available for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC via Steam.